Many years ago, we built something. And by many years ago, I mean yesterday, we built this thing right here, the Biodome. And as you can see, it's not doing so great. We have a dead plant, right? Now, the Biodome is used to have live plants. We want them alive. We want them to grow and exist. And the reason they are not, right, is because they eventually die of old age if you do not harvest them. But I don't want to harvest them. I don't want to spend my whole life farming, right? I don't want to farm. I want my farm to farm itself. And that's what this video is about. We built the Biodome, but we only got it to stage 1. So if we want to pick up our plants, we have to actually do that with our hands. But if we can upgrade this thing to stage 3, we can automate the process, which is useful for a wide array of reasons, maybe a narrow array of reasons, but it's an array nonetheless, and we're going to be getting into that in today's video. But first, we have to actually upgrade this thing, as well as access oxygen. You have entered episode 9 of the Astroneer Megatech DLC series. But yes, if we want to automate the gathering of seeds here in the Biodome, we are going to have to upgrade it to stage 3, so that's the big problem here, right? Is that right now it's at stage 1, so not only do we need to get it to stage 3, but we also have to get it to stage 2, so that we can get it to stage 3. And the wisest way to do that, in my opinion, would probably be to just gather everything we need for both of these stages at once, because as you see here, some of the items are the same, right? We need 150 resin for stage 2, but we need 300 resin for stage 3. So if I just got 150 resin, then stopped, then got 300 whenever I wanted to go to stage 3, it's kind of just not the most efficient way. It'd be better if I just got 450 resin at once, which, by the way, sounds like a treat to do, because that's more than a large resource canister full of resin. But it won't take long. I just need to get a bunch of soil. Don't know if I have a bunch of soil, but I'll get it. If I need it, I'll get it. And so I'm going to combine these lists, and then we're going to sort of go through it and try to get, like, I guess maybe them in the best order possible. So if we combine the two lists that we have for the items we need to get the Biodome to tier 2 and tier 3, we need 450 resin, 25 graphene, 30 aluminum alloy, 200 glass, 160 nitrogen, 30 rubber, and 30 plastic. So 30 rubber, 30 plastic, not a big deal. 200 glass, also not a big deal. All right, the first thing we're going to concern ourselves with is the nitrogen. We need 160 nitrogen, which is perfect because that's exactly what the medium gas canister can hold. So I have made one of those, and we're just going to get that started right now. We have enough power to power this at full speed until it's done, so that shouldn't take too long at all, and then that will be dealt with. The next thing we would have to worry about is 450 resin, and I have more soil on Aatrox, so that won't be a big deal either. We're just going to put a large resource canister right here, which will take care of 400 of it once we get this going, and it's 2 soil centrifuges, so it should be pretty fast. And then, you know, it's going to fill that up, and we're going to need another one, but we're only going to need 50 more past that one large resource canister, so it shouldn't be a massive deal either. Now, one of the bigger issues in this video is going to be the quartz, right? We need a whole bunch of quartz. We need 200 quartz, and then it needs to become 200 glass. Now, this would have been a big deal, but again, we have the portable smelting furnaces now, so we are going to smelt like a ton of the quartz into glass at once, and it should be taken care of very quickly because of that. And so I'm going to take this step by step. I don't want to try to explain too much at once because it's going to just be a waste of time. It's going to be hard to understand the big picture, really. Just know that mostly, like, right now, I'm going to focus on getting the resin. We already have the nitrogen gathering, and so I'm going to need more soil for the resin. All right, we got all this soil right here from Aatrox, and that's going to be more than enough to get us all of the resin we need. It is now just a matter of time. That's clay. I didn't mean to make clay, so that's going to be a problem at some point, but I'll worry about that later. Anyways, that's going to be more than enough to get all the resin we need. It's now just a matter of time, because we have to fill up this entire large resource canister full of it, and then a little bit of another large resource canister full of it. And then we're going to move on to getting the glass, which is actually going to be the same process. We're going to do this with quartz, but it's only going to be half a large resource canister full of quartz. Then we got to smelt it all, but again, that won't be a big problem anymore because automating Astroneer allowed us to get all these portable smelting furnaces. It will make quick work of the quartz, turning it into glass quite quickly. The only thing I'm worried about is the wait time on the resin, really. And something else I was worried about was actually the fact that I need to get 50 ammonium for graphene, but I realized that the only reason I need ammonium for graphene is because I need hydrazine for graphene, and we can get that with the Astroneer that we just automated, and we have 345 of said Astroneer, so I'm thinking probably it'd be a darn waste to turn our scrap into that instead. So that's going to be a big relief as well. That's going to be a lot easier than I originally thought it was. But yes, while the resin is taking 655 years to all get crafted, my plan is to sort of knock the small things out of the list. So again, we already have the nitrogen dealt with. In fact, yeah, it's actually done now, so it's not just that It's not just that it's going to be happening in the background, it has already been done. So the nitrogen is dealt with, the resin is being dealt with, the quartz, which is the glass, which is, we're going to do quartz in the soil centrifuge, that's going to be dealt with after the resin. So that leaves us, like, right now, with what we can do right now, we need 25 graphene, 30 rubber, and 30 plastic. Now, 30 rubber and 30 plastic is so cheap that I'm just going to go ahead and do that, like, right now and just get it out of the way so that it's no longer on my list because, you know, we don't want to have to look at something that's not a big deal. Now, we're going to borrow from our infinite resin pool here because we need 30 rubber, so that's going to be 30 resin and 30 organic. Organic is infinitely cheap with the tapper. It's just a matter of me stealing some of this resin right now, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so I've got 30 organic and 30 resin, so now it's a matter of giving my rubber, pretty much. So, like I said, rubber's not a big deal. That's fixing to be dealt with, like, literally now. Everybody's so happy about that, I'm sure. All right, so while this rubber is gathering, I cannot do plastic, which is pretty much just as cheap. And so since I can't do plastic right now, what I will do instead is gather the 25 hydrazine and 25 graphite we're going to need for the 25 graphene. So, again, shouldn't be a big deal at all. The Astroneer went a long way here towards making that a much more pleasant process. All we got to do for the hydrazine is just put a bunch of Astroneer on here. That's instantly dealt with because of that. And then, for the graphite, it's just really cheap with scrap. And we have 150 scrap, so yippee. Great times for every single person involved. My jaw hurts, by the way. That's irrelevant. I just wanted everyone to know. But yes, as things were going on here, it turns out that we do need another large resource canister now. It is time for the resin to move on to being 450. We have now filled up the 400 of this large resource canister. Got to get 50 in this next one, and then everyone will be, I don't know what I was going to say, but it'll be working is what I mean. And so, yeah, we get this one filled up to 50, which it's already almost halfway to, and then all we have to do is do the same thing for quartz, but only to 200, not even 450, so... once we do that, we'll smelt the quartz, and then everything is going to be perfection. Got the 25 graphene crafted now, which is our favorite thing ever. This leaves for us 30 aluminum alloy and 30 plastic. Not hard at all for us to get those two. I mean, technically, we still have to do the 200 glass, but it's in progress, so that's not actually an issue. I finally got what I need for the plastic, and so we're going to start auto-crafting that right now, get all that we need, which will leave us with the aluminum alloy, of which we need 30. That's just going to be 30 aluminum and 30 copper. Not very big of a deal since we have so much scrap. We just have to trade for that. That's the only thing. It's just going to take a little bit of time to trade for them. Didn't get them going. But after that, no big deal at all. And then things should be... it just should be a matter of waiting on the quartz, which will probably be close to done by then anyway, so that's that. Well, we got all the plastic now, and so, again, just waiting on the quartz as always here, which are almost done this time. And then, last step will be, well, last step's probably going to be smelting the quartz, because it's probably going to be last, but... got to use the trade platform to get aluminum and copper, then we'll make it into aluminum alloy, and that's going to begin quite shortly, actually. Actually, it's already beginning. I've already started, but look... I'll be back whenever I have the, aluminum alloy done, honestly. It's just aluminum and copper in the chemistry lab. Then we'll have to smelt the quartz, which shouldn't take too long at all. Then it'll be time. Alright, last step. We have 200 quartz, and 200 quartz needs to become 200 glass. How can we make that happen? Well, we're going to borrow this extra large platform C to make it happen. So... we're going to place a bunch of smelters on here, right? Because that's going to be necessary in order for that transition. Then, this is going to be where the glass goes, right? Afterwards. So, we're going to enable the output to block the quartz from going straight into it for now. Then, whenever the glass is ready to get put into it, we are going to allow for it by turning the quartz off. Then allowing the glass to come in right now. And... now that this is established as a glass resource canister, we can turn the quartz back on and it won't go in there. And boom, just like this, we're going to have a pretty good flow. That's going to be the fastest way for us to transfer those over. And so, I will be back once this is all transferred over into this large resource canister as glass. And then, it's just crafting time on the upgrading the Biodome to stage 3. Alright, we finally got everything we need here. Did not take too long to smelt all that quartz at all since we had 8 portable smelting furnaces. I knew it was worth it to automate Astroneer so that we could easily get those. But I digress. We have to upgrade to stage 2, then stage 3. But again, we got everything we needed for both at once. So we are going to begin right now with stage 2 right now. I don't really know like how this is going to how long this is going to take or what it does. I have not upgraded a mega structure yet. I have only built them from scratch. So what is this? What is this? It's like a hologram in the middle. To me, that indicates that it's supposed to, like, something's supposed to be there. But it's not upgrading. Because, oh yeah, because I disconnected it. It doesn't have power. I have power to the dome, not to the crafter itself. I was about to start getting stressed. I really was, because I was like, well, is there another step that I don't understand? No, there's not. There is not. But we got a bunch of dead plants in here. We'll see, I don't know, we'll see what happens to those. Alrighty, family, it is almost done. It is almost crafted, and I'm going to briefly investigate to see exactly what Stage 2 is, because obviously I would like to know what Stage 2 is before we go on to Stage 3, even though we are going straight on to Stage 3. But I don't think I'll have to do too much in the way of that, because I was told by someone in the chat of one of my streams that this here it adds lights that make the plants grow faster, which, you know, that's fantastic enough for me, but also at the same time, it's like, probably doesn't do much else. Because, I mean, it doesn't automate till Stage 3, so, like, what else could it do? I'm gonna guess that it just makes them grow faster. I guess I'll see if it's, like, significantly faster real quick, just because, you know, due diligence on making sure that we're not just, doing nothing at all here. It's, yeah, 36 seconds. I think before it was, like, a minute or something like that. It was definitely more, so they grow faster now, so that's beautiful, that's fun fact. Let's go to Stage 3, that's what that is. Let's just go ahead and get that done. Stage 3, right very now. Alright, here it is, we have Stage 3 completed. Now it has a full-blown roof and everything, with dramatic music for a few seconds here, and all of that stuff. And so now I have to try to understand how it is that we automate this, because I do know that that is the case. Are you kidding me? Oh, it takes more stuff. It takes more stuff. No. No. And by no, I really mean no. I simply cannot do this today. Like, I want to. I want to automate it. I just figured it'd be, like, kind of easy once I got it to Stage 3. But I've never been so wrong in my whole life. I've never been so wrong in my whole life. This is something I've had to chip away at, though. I mean, it's just necessary. It's like, yeah, I didn't, like, fully get it automated in this one. But this is bad. This is bad. Because, like, I don't want to make, like, 3 videos on the Biodome. Like, building it, upgrading it, then automating it. But, like, dude, I ain't got a choice. This is, it's going to take too long for me to do it tonight. I only have as much time as I have. And so, unfortunately, that is all for this one. And so, goodbye.